Wow. Doran has joined T1. Zeus is gone. It's DOFGK. It's real. It's happening. It's the truth. Wow, Zeus is gone. So I don't know where Zeus is going, but I think he's going to Hammerlife. Apparently, there was a rumor. I don't know how true it is, but they offered him like $3 million to come to Hammerlife. They offered him an insane amount of money. 2.7 million euros. And it looks like I was wrong. I didn't think he would take it, but he did take it. Wow, I thought when they won Worlds, we would see more ZOFGK, but it's over. That's it. That was the World Finals, was the last ZOFGK we ever saw. Bro, that's actually really sad. Don't be sad that it's over. Be happy that it happened. ZOFGK 3 years, 4 years. But it's gonna feel so weird. It's gonna feel so weird. Like, it's so strange to look at T1 now. Like, they have Doran. No offense to Doran, but huh? Like, that just feels so strange that T1 has Doran and that Zeus isn't there. But I do think that Hammerlife's roster next year, that's winning Worlds. That is unreal. That is absolutely unreal. The craziest thing is, okay, now I don't know if this is happening because I haven't heard any rumors of it. But the only two top laners free right now are Keen and Zeus. And the only two teams getting top laners right now are HLE and Genji. There is a world, is there a world where Zeus is actually going to Genji? I doubt it, right? There's no rumors of it. I think Hammerlife offered 10 times more money than what Genji did. And I don't think he's going to the LPL. But the problem is, I wonder what's going to happen. I feel like maybe the narratives are going to be that Zeus is a traitor and that Doran is like, fuck this, we don't want Doran, we're not going to accept him, we're going to riot. I hope that everyone's just nice to each other because I feel like this could start some big like controversy between fans. I get it if the T1 fans are upset because ZOFGK is over and they're going to like label Zeus as a paycheck person and like chasing the bag and not being with the family. Like, I can see a lot of angles that people will come at it for. That's going to be a rough one for both of them. I kind of want to read some of the Twitter replies. Bro, people aren't happy. What are you going to do, Doran? Prove it this time. Welcome to T1. Some people are being nice. Some people are being a bit... How is Doran going to do on T1, bro? I have no idea. Like, I'm not worried for Zeus. Like, Zeus is the best top laner in the world the last couple of years, right? Next to Bin, he's fucking proven himself. First, it was like 2022 narrative was Zeus versus 369, who's the best top? 23 and 24 narrative was Zeus versus Bin, who's the best top? Like, Zeus will be fine in HLE. His regular season was a bit disgusting. Wow, I really thought that if they didn't get Zeus, they would get Keen. Oh, I think it's Keen to Genji, Zeus to Hammerlife. Locked. What are my thoughts? Well, I think Hammerlife is having the greatest time of their life. They have some of the most clutch, talented, incredibly strong players of the 2020s. They have Zofgk, Viper, Zeus, Peanut, who I think has been the best LCK jungler or like contested best LCK jungler for like years. He's so good. Oh my god, man. What is happening? They have Delight, who's like one of the best supports in recent years. I don't know what to say. Like, I'm actually speechless. Look at Monte Cristo's tweet. Was Zeus T1's best player? I would say Zeus was their best peak player. Like, the best of all of their peaks. I think Faker and Zeus are like the best peakers. I think Owner is solid, though. I think Owner is such an insane international player. And Guma's solid. But I think the peaks of Zeus are incredible. But Zeus also had, I think, some of the biggest lows of T1. Actually, what am I saying? They have Keria as well. Like, this team just had players that could peak at any moment and just be the best in the world in their role. But they also had moments like Zeus's regular season where he would just get fucking absolutely annihilated every game randomly for no reason. Just permanenting. I didn't expect this. What? I didn't expect this at all. I was joking this morning about this. Am I disappointed? I wouldn't say I'm disappointed. I think I'm just sad because my expectations were different, you know? Like, I think that I thought that ZOFGK would get another year at least another year. That's what saddens me. I'm happy for Doran. Like, I think Doran is, honestly, domestically, Doran is a really strong player. He has had some issues internationally now and then, but domestically, he's fucking solid. I'm just disappointed that there's no more ZOFGK, you know? Like, it's just all out of nowhere. Like, you see Guma resign and Owner resign and Keria resign. Everyone's like, okay, we're getting it, another one. And then it's like, boom, Zeus is gone. It's like, huh? The problem is people will talk about Doran as if he's like a bottom 5 LCK top laner, which is untrue. He is a top 3 top laner. He's right next to Zeus and Keen. He is a solid top laner. It's just he's not Zeus, right? That's the problem people are going to have. He's not Zeus. When he ints, Zeus wouldn't do that. When he can't carry a game, Zeus would have carried that game. That's the problem, right? Like, if they swapped out top and support, let's say, and 2 players were replaced, a lot of the flack would be a lot less. But because it's 1 player swapped out and you still have Offgk, everyone's going to be looking at Doran. Because this team went to 3 World Finals. So the second they don't make a World Finals, it's all his fault. So he's coming in with, like, it's a lose-lose, right? Publicly, it's going to be a horror. Unless he basically makes World Finals, everyone's going to blame him. So I hope people are quite nice to him. But on the other side, this is a time where Doran has to prove himself, man. This is a time where Doran really has to show that he's the person that a lot of people believe in. Because Doran is a player that you see a lot of low lows, but internally in the LCK top teams, he's regarded as an insane player. I mean, he was juggled around Gen G, Humble Life, and now T1, so people must know that he's good. He has so much pressure on him, oh my god. Like, Doran has not been notoriously like that good under pressure, but now the pressure he's under, I think, is absolutely astronomical. I mean, when there's 1.4k comments and 12,000 likes, oof. I'm so stun-locked, man. What does the analyst desk have to think about that? What the actual fuck just happened? Bro, it feels like a bomb's just been dropped on the scene. You say the downgrade is huge, but actually, if you remember Doran versus Zeus, Doran actually always got the upper hand against Zeus. Doran always got the upper hand against Zeus every time. Well, most times. But he just struggled against players like... Actually, in the finals, he was fine. Doran's world class. Don't forget that. Humble Life has, with their wallets, just fucking stolen the off-season. They have actually just stolen it with their wallets. It's crazy. I feel like Zeus probably would have re-signed if he got a mid-offer from Humble Life, right? But 3 million? The rumored number of 3 million? Bro, I'm a massive Humble Life fan now. Like, Zeus is my favorite player by miles next to the Shy. So I'll be a big Humble Life fan. I think 07 Damwon, I'm on the fucking Humble Life chain. And I'm still going to obviously support the T1 boys, but it's going to be so weird. Like, oh my god. It's going to be so weird to watch them play without Zeus. I feel like Zeus brought, like, team spirit by just being the, for lack of a better words, he's just a silly one, bro. He's like their child. He's just a fucking psycho. Take him off the leash, he's going to 1v9. Put him on the leash, he'll play Ornn and land the 3-man knockup. It's mixture of emotions. It's like happy for Doran, happy for Zeus, he's on a mega team. It just sucks that Zofgk is gone, that suddenly. Zeus is going to China? No, he's not going to go to China. But definitely, yeah, of course I agree, it's a downgrade. If you replace Zeus with anyone, it's a downgrade. Unless you get Bin, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe Keen. Yeah, this Gen G tweet, don't read into it too much. Basically, Gen G saying all of our contracts have run out. Their contracts have run out with Keen, Canyon, Chovy, Pace, Lahens, and Kim. They are out of everyone. But they're probably still getting Chovy. They're still getting Canyon. They've both re-signed with Ruler. And it's likely that they have Keen still. And they have Duro support, which is a rookie support, kinda. And Lahens is going to go to... Was it Nongshim he's going to or some shit? With Nongshim with Kingen or some shit? Kingen and Kanavi or something? I can't remember. Barrel's going to Damwon. Pace is going to KT. LCK is fucking mixing up big time. Pace is going to KT. Zeus is going to Humble Life. Barrel's coming back to Damwon. Lahens is going to Nongshim with Kingen. DK is promoting a rookie top laner in Siwoo. LCK will be really fun next year. Bro, this is the craziest news ever. But I hope you, like, eventually get over it and then support Doran at least. I wonder when this will sink in. Because, like, obviously I'm a fan of T1, but I'm not, like, a super fan. So I wonder how it feels for, like, the super fans. Fun fact, Doran has the second most LCK titles on T1. Doran is going to have a big story next year. It's either the biggest turnaround of his career in terms of, like, international performances, or all the T1 fans are just going to be like, fuck this. I wonder if Keria and Guma and Owner re-signed under the assumption that Zeus was leaving, or they didn't know. I presume they kind of knew Zeus was leaving. Also, I wonder what T1's coaching staff looks like. Didn't they just lose fucking Tom and Roach? I wonder if they're going to sign, like, Kim from Gen G. It's just Coma right now, right? Bengi's gone to DK. Pumandu's gone to DK. It's just Coma. I wonder if they're going to get someone like Kim. I really wonder as well, something very important. Not that it will happen, but how long's Doran signed for? Because they don't forget that T1 got rid of Dal. I really wonder who their academy top will be. Because if he's only on a 1-year contract, I think their academy top is really important. I really wonder who this is. That's going to be a big one. To be honest, by the end of next year, it might be Baus. I think they got Doran because they got no one else. I mean, T1 could have gambled on a rookie top laner. I don't really blame them. What would you have done, chat? Gambled completely on a brand new rookie? Or just taken Doran? I think your best option is to take Doran. I actually disagree with taking a ramp. Unless you can take someone like Siwoo, or you can get Kingen. Actually, who would you choose, Doran or Kingen? I think I would choose Doran over Kingen, you know? If I could choose, I would choose Zeus, then Keen, then Doran, I think, with LSK tops. Well, my tweet didn't age very well, did it? The next comings of Faker aren't against him, they're right next to him. Well, now they're against him. But, I will say, if Zeus goes on with his Hamalife roster and wins Worlds, he would be the first ever player to do 3 titles in a row. And in his 4-year career, he would have had 3 titles in a row and a World Finals. He would be on par for like the craziest legacy ever. And he would have done it without Faker, which I think the big reason he won Worlds this year is because of Faker. That World Finals, bro, Faker did... He went past being a god, bro. He went to whatever fucking celestial being is after a god. What if T1 wins Worlds again? Can you imagine if T1 wins Worlds with Doran? If T1 wins Worlds with Doran, I'll shave my head. I'll go bald. If T1 wins Worlds with Doran, I'll shave my head. And I'm not saying that because I don't think they will. I'm saying that because I would be absolutely shocked if they could pull off a 3rd World Championship with Doran top lane. Not that he's bad, but the flaws that he has do not line well with winning a Worlds title. Can you explain why it isn't worth for T1 to play Zeus 3 million, but it's worth and want from Hamalife to pay him that amount? Because at the end of the day, esports is a business. You gotta make money and like you gotta cut losses where you can do it. There's a certain amount that teams can go up to. If teams have more money than you, that's just a sport. You can't bankrupt yourself to like sign a roster. You can't do that. You have to make the business decision at the end of the day. I don't know what T1's budget was. I don't know what happened. I think there's many things that could have happened. Maybe T1 couldn't afford him. Maybe T1 couldn't put a competitive offer. Maybe T1 spent too much money getting the other players. Maybe Doran was like really financially viable and like, not expensive. I don't know, man. I don't know what happened to him. There could be many things. You can speculate, but there's also a world where Zeus didn't want to stay, you know? I doubt that's a world, but I'm just saying, like, there's infinite possibilities. But you have to understand, right? If I'm Hamalife, right? And I have all this money, it's not that I want to sign Zeus. Obviously, I want to have Zeus on my team. But there's two angles to it, right? I get Zeus on my team, and T1 doesn't have Zeus, right? You're taking away some of these core players to make your opponents weaker, right? So you have, like, the strong player in your team, but you're also hindering the others. Which, I mean, might be obvious, but you don't really think about it as much. Because this affects T1 a shit ton. Similarly, like, DRX losing Zofgk, that hurts. If Zofgk's not there, that fucking hurts.